Unless something changes, this war of choice is shaping up to be Trump's new COVID. But it's worse than COVID because it's kind of like if COVID had been leaked personally from the lab by Donald Trump. Nobody wanted him to launch this war other than Israel and maybe Saudi Arabia. But here we are with the Strait of Hormuz effectively shut down, choking off 20% of the world's oil supply. And as I will explain later on, our military is not equipped to escort the nearly 100 oil tankers that must pass through the Strait of Hormuz each day in order to restore oil to the global market. Trump, over the weekend, demanded the world assist the United States in sending ships into the region to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, but not a single ally volunteered. Newt Gingrich is the former Republican speaker who is more responsible than any living soul for the combative, hateful rhetoric and policy spewing forth from Republicans in Congress. He's also a huge supporter of Trump's and fancies himself a historian. Newt Gingrich took to social media yesterday and said this: instead of fighting over a 21-mile-wide bottleneck forever, we cut a new channel through friendly territory, a dozen thermonuclear detonations, and you got a waterway wider than the Panama Canal, deeper than the Suez, and safe from Iranian attacks. So Newt Gingrich is recommending we bomb some friendly nations in the Persian Gulf with thermonuclear weapons to create a new waterway. This is the intellectual guiding post of the Republican Party, Newt Gingrich. Well, as always, there is what Trump says and what is the truth. Trump insists the Strait of Hormuz is wide open. He says the people piloting the oil tankers there just need to show some guts. He said the war is pretty much over and that it's not really a war, it's an excursion. He said oil prices are going to drop like a rock any hour now. That's what he said. Trump also has declared victory. He said we won, and it's only a matter of time before I decide to end it. Well, of course, the problem is none of that is true, especially the part about Trump getting to decide when this ends. A new consensus is emerging that Trump created a perfect storm, creating a perfect storm by killing off enough Iranian leaders so that who's ever left is now staring into an existential abyss, leaving them with no option other than swarming Israel and Persian Gulf states with low-cost drones and missiles, poking holes in the security blanket that is the joint American-Israeli missile defense shield. That shield isn't working as well as we were promised. It costs a lot more to shoot a drone or missile out of the sky than it does to fire one. Drones and missiles fired by Iran don't require expensive guidance systems with pinpoint accuracy, but the interceptors that are designed to knock those drones and missiles out of the sky, they have to be perfect. Iran is sitting on thousands of sloppy, lumbering ballistic missiles, and reports are that it can produce as many as 10,000 drones a month. That's what Reuters reported, that despite the bombing campaign, Iran still has the capacity to produce 10,000 suicide drones a month. Even worse, it now appears, unless something changes, that Donald Trump is powerless when it comes to using military force to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. A consensus is slowly emerging that should the Strait of Hormuz remain closed, as I said earlier, we will see more mass starvation and a global recession, if not depression. Iran, run by theocrats who have no problem creating or becoming martyrs, Iran will suddenly find itself as the ultimate decider as to when this war ends, not Trump. They decide when the Strait of Hormuz reopens. It turns out Obama and Europe made a deal with Iran for a reason. This is way more complicated. Dealing with Iran was way more complicated. There's way more nuance than Trump and his supporters who love to see things get blown up. This is way more nuanced than these troglodytes can process. They're stupid and frightened little men who just think blowing stuff up will take care of everything, when in fact it only makes things worse.